Hi, this is Tina. Thanks for following me on Traveling to a New Me. This is episode 4, and today I'm going to be talking about my 2 weeks post-surgery. I'll be mentioning my stats and just basically what's been happening over the past 2 weeks. My vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery was done by Dr. Rafel Mulek of EMC Medical Institute in Wroclaw, Poland. For my stats, episode 1 was filmed on September 26th. At that time, I weighed 107.9 kilograms or 238 pounds. Episode 2 was my pre-op consultation, and at that time I weighed 229 pounds or 104.3 kilograms. On October 10th, the day I was admitted into the hospital, I weighed 224 pounds or 102.4 kilograms. So at that time I had lost 14 pounds. On October 20th, it was my first weigh-in after the surgery, and I weighed 215 pounds or 97.9 kilograms. This was 23 pounds from my first weigh date of September 26th. I just weighed myself October 28th, and this is 16 days after surgery, and I weigh 211 pounds or 96.1 kilograms, which is 4-pound weight loss since my last video, and a total loss of 27 pounds or 11.8 kilograms since September 26th. So I've had a lot of highs and lows over the past week 2. I've had a lot of highs and lows. I did touch on the different things that were happening to me in my last video for week 1, which was when I was on the liquid diet. The week 2 diet consists of introducing some soft, mushy foods into my diet. So for instance, I've had different things like, instead of clear soups, I've introduced some creamy soups. For instance, tomato soup or mushroom soup, chicken soup, and I've also had cottage cheese, scrambled eggs, and I'm still doing my protein shakes every day. I'm getting those in. Some of the other things that I've been doing to try and increase my energy is to be increasing my water intake. This week it was tough because of the introduction of new foods. There's not a lot of room, but I am sipping. The other thing that they recommend is that you don't drink 30 minutes before eating or 30 to 60 minutes after eating. And eating takes me a long time to do. And you're supposed to be eating 6 meals a day. So if you add up all the hours that takes, there's not a whole lot of extra time for the water drinking. So it is recommended to be drinking 48 to 64 ounces of water a day. And I'm pretty much just getting the minimum of the 48 ounces. So my goal for the next couple of weeks is to try and increase my water intake. I'm also taking a handful of vitamins every day, which includes your B12, your folic acid, your calcium, your probiotic, D3, pretty much all the things that'll help the energy increase. So I've noticed that the weight loss is slowing down. The amount of weight that I'm losing every day and throughout the week is decreasing. In the beginning, it was large amounts of weight that was coming off. I think a lot of that was me holding a lot of water, and I think that that is starting to lower the amount of weight that I'm losing. I'm still taking blood thinner needles in my stomach every day. That's because I will be flying home to Canada from Poland in 2 days. And once that is done, then I can definitely wean off the blood thinners, which I'm very excited about. I hate needles. I definitely have increased energy. I have been traveling around Poland. I spent a few days in Warsaw, and I was getting almost 10,000 or slightly over 10,000 steps a day. So, and I think that has everything to do with the fact that I'm starting to eat more foods. I even ate the insides of a pierogi. So I'm going to miss the pierogies here. They're definitely the highlight of the food here. If you haven't had a Polish pierogi, it's nothing like back home. Trust me. So one of the things that's happened to me this week is that I found my ankles. I haven't seen my ankles in the form of an ankle in a long time. It was mostly just cankles. And I actually have an ankle with some bones in there, which was fascinating to me. And I can also sit cross-legged now, which I haven't been able to do in a very, very long time. So that was exciting news. As for the weight loss, I've definitely noticed that all my clothes are fitting better, and some of my shirts I've had to throw away. Unfortunately, a lot of the weight I've lost is in my breasts. And while I will miss them, my clothes just look nicer and neater and fit a lot better. So that was definitely encouraging for me. Another thing that I've noticed is my wedding rings are definitely looser. So I've told hubby that I see some new wedding rings in my future. So this part of the video, anyways, I have to say this because this is important, I think, is that there is a decrease in pooping. I am pooping about twice a week, so don't get worried if you're not pooping, because that is normal. You're not taking in the same amount of food, so you don't have to do it as often. So I've noticed that my sores from the laparoscopy are healing very nicely. There's little tiny scabs, and the ones that have no scabs, I'm putting bio oil on, so I'm hoping that the scars won't be too bad. So regarding food, I am a little bit territorial, and I don't like sharing. Never have. It's kind of a thing in my family that we just don't like sharing. And the other day, when I was introducing cottage cheese into my diet, my husband wanted a taste. I just happened to be cutting vegetables at the time, and I may or may not have encouraged him to not touch my food at the time. So this is, I think, something that some people will experience, in that you feel like you can't eat food, so the little food that you can have, you're very protective of it, or that could just be me. So yeah, let me know if that's something that's happened to you, or if you're territorial like that. I don't know, like I said, maybe it's just me, so we'll see. One thing that I want to touch on is why I did my surgery in Poland. If you go to my first video, I go through the reasons of why I chose Poland, and the fact that I was already going to be here for a few months anyway obviously was the major factor, as well as cost. It was considerably cheaper. But I do want to let you know some different things about Poland, because I think this could be a better option than Tijuana, Mexico, perhaps. I believe that Poland is a very underrated country to visit. It has exceptional history throughout the country. It has 14 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. It is one of the most economical European countries to visit, and for Canadians, your money is worth almost 3 times more here. The great thing about the food in Poland is that you don't get a lot of the extra additives that you get in, say, North America. It's all fresh food and it's not processed, and I've just found that it's also really good for you. You know, it's really healthy food and it tastes fantastic. If you love vodka or craft beer, Poland is the place for you. They have a very extensive craft beer market here, and it's extremely affordable. In fact, the beer here is the cheapest in Europe. And the vodka, you can get so many different flavors. You can get fruity ones, you can get, actually I haven't really gone past the fruity ones. I love the fruity ones, but it's very good vodka. Other things is the topography here. You can go to the ocean, you can hike up the mountains, you have countryside, you have waterfalls. Poland is actually a very clean country. There's very nice people here. They are a little guarded, but they're very nice people. There's very low crime here. Another thing that they have is they have lots of festivals. They have tons of museums, art galleries, and castles. Lots of different places to see. So this is a short video. It's I just wanted to give you the update for the week 2, and I'll be doing another video next week for my week 3. And if you have any questions or comments, you can feel free to add them under the video, and please like and subscribe, and thank you for following me on Traveling to a New Me.